everyone, and welcome back to Deus Ex Invisible War. This is episode 7, where last time we arrived in Trier, Germany. What a place. Trier, you know? Okay, I'm under attack by a cat. Okay. Cat did not like me, talking about where we are. We're in Germany, you know? Sue me. A lot of history happened here. Cat didn't like me talking about it. Wanted to shut me down. We are in Trier. Now, we haven't done much in Trier yet. We kind of ran around for a little bit. Had a conversation with Chad Dumier in the SSC office. And then we roamed for a little bit. We have the New World Tavern. Beautiful graphic design there. It's amazing. We're going to follow some leads. So the Nine Worlds Tavern, is where we're going to try and find Tracer Tong, get a lead. We also need to meet the Omar in the Deblutend Arabe curio shop located upstairs from the Nine Worlds Tavern. Now don't quote me on that because I'm not good with my German. But we're here, we're being a tourist. Before we head into the tavern, I did just want to quickly check on this spot around the corner. Because there's a group here, hanging out.
You should never have jammed those actuators at Panzerwerks and stolen that shipment of welders. Now you will pay.
I keep telling you, we stole nothing.
How stupid do you think we are? Every day we hear the order accuse Panzerwerks of poisoning the river.
We never stole from you. We only employed the necessary tactics to stop you from harming the natural order.
Enough of this garbage. We know what you did, and now you are going to regret it.
What is going on?
Here we go.
Ow! Just wait till it's your turn.
Coward!
I'm not getting involved in this place. This guy's running into garbage. He's hunting him down. He's hunting him down. What?
Oh God, I'm hit.
Oh God, I am hit.
Her Holiness
Fucking shot.
Oh. There you go. Because I'm like, why aren't you helping your fellow order member? And it took a bullet to the head for you to blow him away. Crazy.
We're in danger!
Yeah, I'll tell you.
We were only following Luminon Samon's directives. We had no idea it would come to this.
This woman's crazy. Her and her shotgun. Bloody dangerous, I'll tell you. So I think the Order Seeker managed to make it inside. He ran away and then shot another one in the head. Boom. Off she goes. This guy decided to run into some garbage.
I just want my job back.
All right, mate. We're about to commit murder. This poor little rat has been deleted from existence. Look at it. You can't even really see that that's a rat anymore. That's it's paste. It is absolutely paste. Apparently still alive according to the UI. So I don't really know what to make of that, buddy. But damn.
I'm safe for now.
Oh, aren't you the guy that they were just shooting?
Truly, the Order is not responsible for those thefts. Thank you for seeing the truth.
Be careful, don't go back here. This is the guy that they were shooting.
How long until I'm threatened again? I'm lucky you came along when you did.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do much.
The violence never ends.
I didn't do much. I just kind of watched that happen. But, yeah. I mean, go down there if you want. We'll see what he does. I'm really curious. Go on. Let's see the NPCs in action. You're at half health. I thought you'd run into the Nine Worlds Tavern. Are you not going back down there? What's the deal?
Religious crazies. Nothing is good enough for them unless you're praying 24 hours a day.
The violence never ends.
Man, you guys, you're so close to each other. Oh, he's like, oh. Hey, look at each other.
Nothing is solved by...
Oh, what does that mean? You're the stupid guy that walked back to the scene of the crime.
He got exactly what he deserved.
Oh my god. Why did you come back? Why did you come back, dude? Why? All right. Well, you gotta stuff him in here now, because like you're the one responsible.
That will teach them.
So make sure you put him in there somehow. Like, why am I doing this? This is your job. That's as good as I can get.
Maybe the order will finally stay out of our way.
What?
At least I get to stretch my legs.
Oh man, I love seeing the NPCs interact in this game. Let me tell you, it's fascinating. That man went and got shot, and instead of seeking refuge with the other order members, decided to walk right on back and said, "Thank you so much for helping. I'm sure that nothing will happen if I go back." Okay, well that's that. I'm going.
Meanwhile, we have been accused of theft, which is ridiculous.
I know. I just saw the guy getting accused of theft. He's dead now, by the way. You could have helped him. All right, we're going into the Nine Worlds Tavern. Shocking. Oh, hang on. We will also be heading to, what is it, Blackgate? Blackgate Ruins through the sewers at some point as well. So we'll head there.
The Nine Worlds is a no-weapon zone, strictly enforced since the riots.
So you want me to disarm in the middle of a war zone?
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure before entry. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecode, which will effectively freeze all your weapons. Sensors at the exit will automatically reactivate everything you're carrying when you leave.
I do love that Alex is like so familiar with the shutdown codes, and here he comes and he's like, "Uh-huh?
Here you go."
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on in.
I'm not letting you shut him down." Can we also just appreciate the fact that this game is in 2003 and it's set in 2072 and it's the Nine Worlds Tavern, which means Pluto is a planet. And I, personally, I think that Pluto is definitely a planet. So it's sort of like, no, it's not a planet anymore. It's too small. I mean, it orbits the solar system. It's a planet, and I love Pluto, my sweet little small orb. And this is set in the future, which means the future agrees with me, guys. In the 2070s, Pluto is still a planet.
Hey.
Hey. All right, let's get some news.
Time again for a talk bullet. In the bullseye today, Chairman Dumier of the WTO. Welcome, Chairman. I admire what you've done for the world community. Hi, Brett. You've proven once and for all that a sound economic infrastructure establishes confidence, trust, and a good life for everyone. Why demean yourself by negotiating with a religious cult?
Well, Her Holiness is a woman who...
I'm embarrassed for you, Chairman. Seriously, you're kneeling before con artists. I'm turning red. Look at me. I'm turning red just thinking about it.
I'm a diplomat, Brett. Her Holiness and I...
Take my advice and call the whole thing off. Encourage them, and you just make the church into a bigger problem. Mark my words. I'm afraid that's all the time we have. A pleasure, as always. This has been another Talk Bullet.
I feel like Dumier got the most to say, and he barely said anything, of course, because it's a talk bullet, but there you go.
For the first time in decades, meteorologists are detecting a dissipation in nanite swell 11. In the history of the 14 nanite pollution clouds globally, no natural disintegration has ever been observed. 5 years ago, there was a significant shift in swell 9, but that was caused by El Nino. Most predictors seem to indicate that all of the nanological clouds were permanent after effects from environmental damage done in the wake of the collapse. This unexpected change is great news for the citizens of Old Cairo, who had grown accustomed to the permanent haze which was suspected by many to be the cause of the higher incidence of certain diseases in the Medina.
That's huge. Okay, cure is working. It is dissipating the nanites, which has been there for ages, and they've been sitting on a cure, baby. And they cured.
Enterworks. It's not just a name, it's a commitment to security, to safety, and most of all,
to the Republic.
Our facility in Trier provides more than half the population of the city with the jobs they can be proud of. The production of bots, from security grade to military level, helping to keep the world safe. Right now, we're expanding production, so we're looking for new faces. You might be the next vice manager in charge of servo receptors or armor arc welder technician 3. Submit your application today.
Everyone, peace, justice, security to my new Panzer Works.
Time again for a talk bullet.
Another one? Or is it just repeating Dumier?
In the bullseye today, Chairman Dumier.
Yeah, well. I was expecting another advertisement. Okay. Up or down? Oh, the Tria Curio shop will take us to the black market. Oh, my boys. Oh, there's 3 of them this time.
I provide defense should the need arise. Traders handle the business. We are interested in business opportunities with your kind, but be warned, we will take action against those who might threaten or cheat us. Scan complete. Your systems contain impressive innovations. The trader will be happy to discuss possible transactions with you. Your business is with the trader.
We made it to Double 10, baby.
None of that activity, please.
You didn't like me saying Double 10, baby?
Yes. It appears Kerzak has found us another customer.
Yeah, he told me where to find you.
And the Omar are grateful to you for your help in avoiding the Templar raid in Cairo.
I did what I had to do.
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us in the past.
What are you selling?
I have a black market biomod canister. Enables non-piezochem functionality. If you choose this item, we will direct you to a drop site for it after you have paid. Or you could take 3 scrambler grenades which produce viral electronic transmission that affect bots and temporarily switches their alliances. And I also have 5 multi-tools used to bypass security devices like keypads, cameras and turrets, and to pick locks. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half market price.
Nothing for me today, sir. Thank you so much, but very good offering, very good deals. I am very happy that there is the opportunity to redo your allegiance with the Omar. You know, it's not just you messed up right at the start in Seattle and did a bad job with a guy and then no more discounts. So it's cool that there's multiple opportunities to help them. You know, you get further into the game, you realize who these players are and where you stand and who you'd rather potentially either ally yourself with or assist. So
no thanks.
It is foolish to pass up this opportunity, but that is your choice.
What do you want me to do? I mean, I could just buy the biomod and sit on it and not use it if you want. The Denton's Myth and Mystery Journal, Saturday, August 30th. My family was once proud and powerful, but after the collapse, the cursed WTO regime changed all that. My father, Eldrin Braden, fought them, pushing for diversity and civil freedom, but he lost. Something I have to accept. He wasn't strong enough. But now my brothers and cousins and I are old enough to carry on the fight. Our family is ruined, but we've moved into the underground. Seeing the world through the sniper's scope. Phelan has already taken several of their officers down over the last year, and Sheets continues to spy on their administrators, picking up critical intel data. Lear is keeping a journal of what our oppressors would call our subversive activities. The saddest twist is that Caleb is broken with the family and now works directly with the WTO. My anger over this betrayal burns like phosphorus. I swear I will see my own brother executed for this. We're going to build up a resistance movement and smash those bastards and their so-called laws of economic prosperity. Senjin Braden. Wow. So this goes into, you know, obviously there are people that will also be opposed to the WTO, and there isn't an element with us being able to, it seems at this point in the game, or even from the beginning of the game, it's WTO or the Order. You're sort of making these choices on each side. Even if both of those sides have issues, I think we've sort of got that exposure to enough about both to feel a bit more comfortable on the WTO side, even if there are issues, for sure. I think there are always issues on both sides of different groups trying to find the best way forward, and some try to find that way forward in not great ways, like the Order are doing when they're like, hey, we don't usually do like raids on places, except we raided the Tarsus facility and then we picked up a guy and we keep telling him to kill people for us, but we're fine. And those Order members, let me tell you, they're gnarly with a shotgun. If you just take a peek outside, you'll see. So one of the brothers went and broke the family and went off into the WTO. It seems that they had a very proud and powerful family, but the collapse and then the WTO's rise changed all of that. Because it's very interesting, because what they're talking about here, pushing for diversity and civil freedom, which is a good thing. And that was ruined in their eyes by the WTO. So, very interesting. Hey, little stash back here. That same flower photo that's everywhere. Let's turn that light off, shall we? It's terrible. Have you seen my latest action figure? Yeah, I collect action figures. Have you seen the latest and greatest Tube Top? This is Tube Top Gal. Oh.
I provide defense should the need arise. Traitors handle the evidence of hostility will be met with force.
Yeah, it's just Tube Top Gal. Tube Top Gal is a great action figure, especially in a post-collapse society. You know, you don't get much opportunity for a cool-looking action figure anymore. All right, we've embarrassed ourselves in front of the Omar long enough in the Tria Curio shop. Booze. Let's check out the bar vibes. You sit here.
Onward, Order soldiers.
You heat up by the fire, Tube Top lady. I'll be back for you. Seeker Monica Platts. Alright, we have a named Seeker. Bartender. And, oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Sid Black, how'd you end up in Trier?
This way and that. Thought I could catch some business when the summit breaks up. Seen the sights yet? Don't mind doing local hops in between stock beer.
How much?
Any hops during the next 24 hours, just 50% more than the going rate for one hop. You can't beat that in this market.
More expensive, eh? I'll let you know. We'll probably fly with Ava.
I'll let you know.
So Sid's here. Now, I did get confirmation because I posed the question of Leo and where he would end up, because Ava talks about giving him a ride, and I was like, wow, I wonder if Sid gives him a ride, does he end up in the arcology, and maybe he would ally himself potentially with other groups based on where he ends up. But
see anybody laughing? Maybe it's not funny.
Okay, mate, I'm just discussing. The characters do not like to be looked at in this game. Leo does get a lift with Sid, so I did get that confirmation from another member of the community that's played Invisible War, thank you, Cerebro, who went with Ava from the beginning. So Leo goes with Sid, but then still finds his way to the Omar. So that's set in stone, and that's good because that's a character that's obviously has a commitment to his morals and what he feels is right. So he will join the Omar. He won't just like go into the arcology and just wander into whatever works for him. Like, oh, you pay me, I'll do this sort of thing. It would be a really interesting dynamic of seeing choices play out. Like if he only has one pilot taking him somewhere else, that changes the trajectory of your lifetime, like fork in the road, butterfly effect stuff. But yeah, it is cool to know that that's why there's kind of like two pilots. So I assume Leo may be here, but he's not with the Omar upstairs. So maybe he's not here. We'll have to find out. He could just have stayed in Cairo with the Omar there.
You sure you're locked up?
Noah Guevara has been in my family for 3 generations. I've been locking up since I was a boy.
I told you, those weapon mods are stolen. They don't belong in a display case on the side of the road.
The last place the authorities will look is the Noah Guevara shop. I am a respected businessman.
I'll just be glad when we can make the drop for the Omar.
Weapon mods in a shop window, you say? And you locked up the store? And the glass, like, bulletproof, you say?
You must be in town for the summit. I have lived here all my life. Trier has seen a lot of history, but nothing like this. I guess Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier think that if they can make peace in Trier, they can make peace anywhere.
We're having a private conversation.
I mean, it's loud enough for me to hear it.
Hey, back off.
This guy.
Hey, back off.
You're not as friendly as your friend here. There was a shootout in front of the gun store, by the way, and the weapon mods may have been stolen. I don't know what happened to them, though.
Hey, back off.
Oh, here's RNG. Oh, it's Hollow Jukebox. It's not NG this time. Sorry, NG. It is interesting that sometimes she's here and sometimes it's a jukebox. I guess it depends on if there's something for... I assume within the context of, like, the world, all NG setups like this are still NGs to talk to, but for us, there isn't a reason for us to, like, converse with her.
Strangers welcome. Just don't make any speeches.
Just don't make speech.
Ever since the strike at Panzerwerks, people have been treating my business as their own private amphitheater. A lot of pretty phrases flying around, but it's all about one thing. Money. The hypocrisy is suffocating. The rich drone on about opportunity and growth. The poor paw at little scraps of propaganda. In most order, balance. Cheetah, cheetah, cheetah. What a farce.
Some different dialogue to the subtitles there.
A member of the Order. Are you with the summit?
Certainly not. I live here in Trier. Seekers here don't care very much for this notion of a summit.
Why not?
We have heard Luminon Samon's call for a return to Scripture. In this shard, we read the Scripture, the original word of Her Holiness, not what she says for the camera today, or tomorrow, or 2 weeks ago.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? That's exactly the attitude that opens the door to tyranny in a free state, remembering only what was said on the last talk show. What's the value of a free press when attention spans are so short?
I was just curious about the summit. Sorry to interrupt.
Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier are making a business deal. It may bring money, it may bring power, but it won't bring balance into the lives of ordinary people. If Her Holiness thinks she can put us all into a great pre-collapse wealth-making machine, she must think she's a god. Saman understands that the human body is no machine.
So do you reckon Saman has kidnapped Her Holiness?
The lesson of the collapse is that we need to learn to live as human beings. An economic system designed for millions of people soon begins to live for its own sake. Social machinery is no less harmful to the human organism than biomodification, cybernetics, nanite plagues, and the other modern evils rightfully denounced by Luminon Saman. Enough talk. It only makes me angry.
Understandable.
I came here hoping to relax.
When I start getting political, I get angry. It gets me riled up. Ah, Ava.
Alex D. A welcome encounter.
How's the search coming?
I've made some discoveries. I think that you've brought me to the right place.
What's the passenger's name?
My instructions forbid me to say.
Maybe I could help if I knew who it was.
You've been very helpful already. My computer analyzed the transceiver in your temporal bone and found some interesting data files.
Those are encrypted files.
I found the keys some time ago. I will be using your eyes and ears to gather more data. As compensation, if you need a pilot for any reason, I will be available.
Yeah, she's interesting. Ava's very interesting because she started talking differently, or it felt like it, you know? I was like, the way that she's talking about stuff feels strange and different to when we first met her, when she contacted us on the receiver in the Greasel Pit. I was like, have the WTO killed this woman and then reverse engineered the Ava Johnson AI construct, and we're being spied on and surveillance through Ava Johnson? Because the WTO are responsible for the NG Resonance surveillance. And they could be taking another angle where the WTO are using a pilot to give free rides, and that the cost that you pay, because nothing is ever truly free, the cost that you actually pay is your privacy. I'm really curious to see if this is something or nothing. But again, I love Deus Ex for how much it pushes you to think on that level, because it is like the conspiracy game, but with reason. It's not just like stupid conspiracy stuff. It's well thought out, in the shadows conspiracy stuff, and it gets you thinking about things like this. The question everything rhetoric, but not in a cringe way, in a, wow, this is really interesting way. But I don't like being spied on, Ava Johnson.
I don't like being spied on.
Your notions of privacy are old-fashioned. It was a love of privacy that brought on the collapse. A love of secrets, plans, and personal possessions.
I still don't like being spied on.
Perhaps I'm too aggressive, but a society in which everyone understands everyone else is something I think we all should strive for.
How about I bug your chopper and make this learning process go both ways?
Very soon we will be connected. A great advance will change what it means to be human, and there will be no further need to conceal information. But that world is not yet here.
Yeah, this is really bizarre.
My chopper is ready when you are.
I'll check back when I need a pilot.
Alright, while we're here, we're going to pull up my first episode of the game. No, not my first one. We got to the Greasel Pit in episode 3. I'm going to pull up my third episode, and I want to know what Ava Johnson talked like when we first made contact. All right, let me see here. All right, we'll pull this up just for an example, right? So we're going to see what's going on here.
Right call or something? Funny way to meet people.
I search every place I can. You're very close, but not quite the one I'm looking for.
Close to what?
You look modified.
So?
I need help. I'm a helicopter pilot. They're holding me captive, along with my chopper, at the WTO terminal in Upper Seattle.
Right, I heard about your helicopter. How'd you get this call past WTO security?
I've tapped into the terminal's local network. The passcode to the hangar holding my vehicle is 00485. Get me out of here, and I'll fly you anywhere you want, free of charge.
I could use a pilot. I'll think about it.
I think she talks the same. I think she does talk the same. But the language is interesting, because the way that she was talking, you don't pick up on it at first, in terms of, you're not quite the one that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? You look modified, blah, blah. I mean, she picked up Leo anyway, and Leo's modified. So, yeah, that is very interesting also. Tapping into the local network, that sort of stuff. It could have been WTO from the very beginning. Like, the chopper was already grounded, the WTO had already done their work, and Ava Johnson was never Ava from the beginning. I mean, again, we'll see. We'll have to see how this evolves, but that's fascinating. I feel like she's definitely more open about this language than she was in the beginning, or it's just changed to be like, what are you saying? That's great. Oh, you're just in here. Oh my God. It's Tracer Tong. Yo, okay, shit. What you got? Vishnu's Fall, a brief history of the Indian crisis. We'll read that in a sec. Damn. All right, buddy, let me get this out of here. Let me get a good look at you. Whoa. Tracer Tong in different graphics. Whoa, careful, bud.
Alex D, you're the last one to arrive. I suppose that, like the others, you're after my laboratory in the gateway to JC Dental.
You're Tracer Tong.
I see that Dr. Nassif didn't exaggerate about your mental acuity. Yes, I'm Tong. I suppose you will be wanting some answers. You may have already guessed that your true name is Alex Denton.
Dr. Nassif was telling the truth. I'm a clone of J.C. Denton.
With a few postnatal recombinations, yes. But our work has moved away from clones.
So this gateway, I can use it to find J.C. Denton?
Yes. Beneath the ruins of the Black Gate, J.C. constructed a portal to his secret base in Antarctica. Only descendants of the Denton cell line can go through. However, the facility is already in the hands of the Templars.
Did the Templars use the portal? How could they unless one of the other trainees...
Unless the Templars have already convinced one of you to go through the gate and murder JC. Exactly. At a minimum, they have a highly placed spy who has torn apart our organization, starting with Chicago.
What else do you know about this spy?
Whoever it is also helped the Templars kidnap Her Holiness during a meeting with the Panzerworks Union. They are holding her at the Blackgate Laboratory. I'm going to give you a code to a secret entrance, which is in a room on the second floor of the East Tower, 2521. Look for a keypad hidden behind some crates.
For all you know, I'm a Templar myself.
Then Apostle Corps has already lost everything. Rescue Her Holiness. Save the summit for the sake of both factions. They will help you against the Templars. You will need the help of the WTO in order just a little while longer.
I understand.
Here's something to give you an edge. A biomod infusion. It isn't much, but it's all I managed to grab on my way out of the laboratory.
Oh yeah, we got to talk to Tracer Tong. Okay, so Templars have kidnapped Her Holiness, but there's an agent that's also doing Templar work. So do we think that Saman and Billy's section of the church is Templar compromised? Potentially? That's why there's like this disagreement or this tension within the order. The Templars have like been planting seeds in a different element of the order to sow discord, maybe. I guess we'll see. We'll find out. But it wouldn't be Leo. It wouldn't be Clara. So it would have to be, it feels like it would have to be Billy. Because, yeah, Billy's associated with the church, Clara with the WTO, Leo with the Omar, and against the Templars for sure. But Billy being in the church, it's also the part of the church that are disagreeing with Her Holiness and being like, yeah, she's kind of weird. We kind of disagree. So that feels fishy to me. So I think there's going to be some sort of connection between this part of the church and the Templar stuff there. So that's why we're going to Blackgate. So we'll go to Blackgate and do that. But JC is in Antarctica. This is kind of nutty. I love this. This is fascinating stuff.
The time is coming when you will have to choose sides, Alex.
Oh, I've been choosing sides the whole game, but that's okay because we kind of know what we're doing sides-wise. WTO.
Be careful of the other trainees. They won't necessarily see things the way you do.
Leo and Clara seem good, but yeah, Billy's the worry one.
All of our secrets are contained in the cells of your body, but no one will be able to make use of them without JC's help. During the collapse, JC had little choice other than exile. The merger with the Helios AI was unstable. He needed a safe place to retire, where we developed a more compatible biomod architecture.
Wait. Merging with Helios and also the collapse? Dude, it's like it's multiple of the game's endings instead of it choosing one. They've sort of like merged them together, which is kind of in terms of the Deus Ex endings of like, you know, the destroy, control, or synchronize. We've synchronized all of the endings to kind of make a story out of it. Instead of, I guess you load up this game and it's like, how did your original experience end with Deus Ex?
Enough!
Okay, I'm yapping, I get it, but there's a lot to talk about. Tong?
I'm curious about what you will find in the laboratory. Perhaps Her Holiness has learned something about the Templar plans. Be careful of the other trainees. They won't necessarily see things the way you do.
Man, this stuff's good. It's interesting to think about the Helios AI merger, the collapse, and all of that. I'm really excited to see what happens then. If we hang out with JC in Antarctica, he's gonna be like, yeah, hey, what's up? Like half man, half computer. Where's Paul? Where Paul at? forgot what happened to Paul, to be quite honest. I'm like, Paul made it out, didn't he? At the end? Pretty sure. Your friend Coffee. Oh yeah, I need to go read that book. Detective Dick Murchison, the Jet City Merchant. Murders. We read that. Tommy the Talking Greasel by Stuart Deere. Tommy was a greasel. He looked scary. He sounded scary, but he was not like the other greasels. He was nice. And he could talk. He was always afraid of Bloodstain, the large red greasel who was the leader of his pack. Bloodstain always wanted to hurt people and cats and rats and pigeons. Tommy liked all of the people and animals, but he was not strong enough to stop Bloodstain and the other greasels from hurting them. Bloodstain could not talk and was very angry when he found out Tommy could. He spit at Tommy over and over. Tommy was lucky to get away alive. When Tommy found Timmy, a little boy in a wheelchair who could not walk or talk. When Timmy saw Tommy, his eyes went wide with fear, but Tommy said, "Don't be afraid. I'm not a monster. I am a transgenic. I will ride around in your lap and talk for you. I was created to serve you. We can be friends." At first, Timmy's mother did not like the idea, but when she learned that Tommy could talk, she laughed and laughed. You see, not all transgenic creatures are bad. If we give them a chance, they can be our friends. Talking greasels.
Good luck as you continue the search.
Panzerworks catalog. Money. NG Resonance fan, eh? It's always more money that we don't currently need to spend. God, every time I think I'm getting through my multi-tools, like these two, I pick up another one. Alright, I think we're done in 9 worlds. So we've had our...
I might be coming down with something.
We've had our chat. Alright, come on, Tube Top. Let's get out of here. So now we have a destination. We are going... Whoa. I can't... Oh. I took my hand off the gas and I still kept walking. I walked right into the wall. So it's rescue Her Holiness at the Blackgate Lab and access the lab via the entrance on the east side of the ruins on the 2nd floor. Keypad hidden behind some crates can be used to open a false wall. Interesting. Okay, so we can go through. We'll go through the sewers. Now, can the tube top figure come with me through loading screens? No, no tube top figure. That's all right.
of the WTO here. So you found that old fool Twister Dong. I would like to know what you were talking about. Please report to the Trier SSC station.
Ooh, okay. Are we in a trust no one position? This is sensitive information. If I give out this information, what if someone else learns about it? And then... I don't know. Do we want to talk to Dumier? Or do we want to just go down into the sewers?
Is someone there?
Is someone there?
This is SSC headquarters for Trier. I think this
Headquarters
is for real.
made it clear. No exceptions.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea to talk to Dumier. What if he's compromised? You know what I mean? Oh, he might be compromised, actually. Because, no, here's the thing. Saman was talking with Dumier in that room. And then... Oh, man. What if it's actually true in terms of, like, the silly little part of, like, the Queequeg's coffee shop owner when he's like, man, it'd be crazy if the... You know, the larger groups were owned by the same person. Oh, man. Because that's also something to think about. The conspiracy thickens because it starts going on to the level of, like, let's hypothetically say that the WTO and the Order originate from the same entity that have created this false division to spread the people, keep them confused, keep them occupied. Interesting how they do that, right? they keep the people focused on fighting these issues, and it distracts from the things that they do elsewhere. This happens in reality as well. And so in this sense, if we're going with that, the WTO and the Order could be all sort of mixed up in that same thing again, and then the Templars and Tong JC, they're separate. Reporting to the WTO could basically be the same as reporting to the church, and it's this same element that members of the WTO and members of the Order are unaware of the powers above them being puppet masters and controlling the strings, because it's like that same element, like Queequegs versus Pequods on a smaller scale, where those shop owners, they don't even know, and they're fully going to war against each other. And it's really fucking good stuff, story-wise, to have something like that, because breaking down large, complex ideas and distilling that into something smaller scale, like Queequegs versus Pequods, and seeing that in action, and then asking you the question, what if it was this, but with these two major entities? What if it was this idea, this concept, what's happening right now, but applied to something larger? And it's much easier to think about and digest in that sense than just going full crazy red string, all connecting all the dots, like, look at all of this. So this is fascinating, because if you talk to Dumier and Saman, they might end up having a conversation. Saman's like, well, that's good intel for me in my part of the Order that opposes Her Holiness, and Her Holiness has been kidnapped in my neck of the woods. So there's a part of me that wants to talk to Dumier for the dialogue to see what could happen, but a part of me that thinks I could be compromising sensitive information. And then the funny part is that none of this is true, what I'm saying right now, and it just turns out that whatever happens here, I'm playing a video game, and the outcome might not be affected with who I talk to at all. That's like the fascinating thing, is sometimes a game has those limitations, and sometimes a game really keeps you guessing and questioning. And I think even games like this that have limitations, this is clearly a smaller scale game. Consolification, people talk about in regards to the smaller spaces, loading screens between areas. The game doesn't get to be as big as it could be, but I will say the stuff that it's focusing on is effective, and that's what I really, really like. Is there's ideas here and the things that they're able to do with what they've got on hand, and that's the cool stuff. That's the cool stuff. And a game that can effectively do that will keep you guessing of like the potential of this game in terms of like where could it go, instead of, you know, having all of that blocked off from you and being like, this game would probably not be able to do something like that because of this. It's a game that prompts that curiosity of like, fuck, what's going to happen if we do this and go here and talk to this person? How can this snowball? Even if it doesn't go somewhere, I think being able to inspire those questions on your first playthrough is very important. The way that we perceive games, playing it for the first time and replaying it with context and information, obviously they're very, very different. You go through a game with an entirely different viewpoint and perspective because you know how things are going to play out, and it stops becoming an experience and it becomes more of like a almost like a tear down. Like you're like, I understand how the game works and connecting the story points, and when you replay the game it's more efficient because you can just point A to point B really easy. But the first playthrough is very special and important in that sense that, you know, you don't know those connecting threads yet. And that's the thing that I think people forget about in regards to a first playthrough. I think it's great. So he's still here. This is the thing. All right. Saman is still here. So Chad and Saman could really communicate and share what we're about to talk to him about.
I talked to Tracer Tong. He says that Her Holiness is being held by the Templars.
Interesting. Is he sure? We've noticed some Templar activity on the north side of town.
The Apostle Corps laboratory is underneath the Black Gate. That's where she's being held.
I'm glad you are willing to betray Tong's confidence.
He said I should get your help. Perhaps we all have a common enemy now.
Not likely. Tong always has an ulterior motive, at least where I am concerned. You have my authority to attempt to arrest you, but stay away from that old fool. He will lure you into the criminal underworld.
I'll keep that in mind.
Here's a key to the gate in the courtyard. Like I said, the facility is on the north side of the city.
So instead of going through the sewers, he's given us a way just straight through that gate.
If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the older church. Whatever its shortcomings, the church has at least brought stability to a large part of the world. I was the one who convinced her it was time for a summit. Ultimately, I'm to blame. They better not hurt that woman, mark my words. If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the older church.
I wonder what the deal is with the camera in there and how we can turn it off. I wonder if we hadn't turned it off just ahead of time, if they'd be like, hey, turn this off so they don't know what we're talking about, but I don't know.
Mr. Dumier will remain in the protected compartment for his own safety.
Okay. We've decided to talk to him. That information has now been given, and it can be shared between him and Saman, maybe. Doesn't want us trusting Tom. So I've voiced my reservations about talking to him given what's happened, right? But I'm doing it anyway because I'll be really curious to see if that goes anywhere. Now in regards to getting to Black Gate, we can just go through here. I assume that just takes us right there, but then we'd miss out on an area of the game in the sewers. So I think that we'll take the sewer entrance instead. We'll go the fun way. So let's go down here. Whee! Greasels. Okay, to the Black Gate ruins. In regards to the yap sessions that we've been having, and we've been like talking a lot about stuff in this game, I fucking love games that allow us to do that. It's so fun. It really is just so fun. Interesting. Alright, I have the unzoomed shot does significantly less damage. So you want to zoom in and shoot for sure. What are you shooting at? Shooting at rats. Okay, we've just... Oh, God. Ah! Acid! Ah! Acid! Oh my God, I forgot to read that book next to Tracer Tong. And I said it that I forgot. I said it twice. Hold on a sec. I'll reload this save. I'm going to go specifically read the book, and then we're going to go to the sewers. It's hard to, like, it's hard to read a book
Here you go.
and remember to read that book sometimes when you're just thinking about conspiracy. When you're thinking about the layers and things that are going on. There's so much going on in my head and inspired thought at the moment. Okay, hey bud. Vishnu's Fall, a brief history of the Indian crisis. After the bombing, Indian officials issued a series of stern warnings to Pakistan that were rebuffed with denials of responsibility and dire threats that any attempt to use the bombings as a pretext for military action would be met with force in kind. From the viewpoint of the present-day historiographer, this was a crucial event, a game of brinksmanship that had been played between Pakistan and India many, many times before, and so, while tragic, it is also easily understood how clear signs of the impending catastrophe might have been ignored. Like two kids shoving each other on the playground, said historian Alistair Brooks. You never expect them to come to blows. That was before Pakistan began the trials of the Calcutta 16, and both nations descended into a maelstrom of political upheaval that would eventually culminate in the exchange of nuclear warheads. So talking about, again, two major forces, and a big historical one at that, and their tensions. Very, very interesting. Okay, I read the book. I remembered to read the book. And Tong was getting literary. He was reading up on his books. And we've checked it out. Okay, there you go. What is that? Ah, flamethrower. And someone definitely got incinerated. Ah, acid. Okay. How was that for the sewer visit? What was that explosive, though? Oh, we got enemies. There's a Templar.
Hull plates vulnerable.
I think we actually ended up doing a good thing by going through the sewers first, because that allowed us to kind of infiltrate instead of maybe just waltzing right into a potential shootout with the Templars. Yeah? What were you going to say? You going to say something? Starting to really load up on these multi-tools at this point in time. Gotta hack into more stuff.
I'm paying attention now.
Paying attention now, are you?
Purity!
There's been a scuffle.
There's been a scuffle. I will keep this area secure.
Whoa! What? 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 He just chased the body down there. Holy shit. He just went like, oh, it's alright. I've got my biomod in. Even though I'm a Templar and I hate biomods, I've got my nobody knows. I've got my falling safely from a great height. What the hell? He went, I'll investigate. Don't worry, I'll just jump down. Holy shit. Actually, this might end up being where we need to go, like this, like climbing up here.
We've got to find those Omar and eliminate them. How dare they operate in Trier, where we are strongest.
If we're really going to make a difference, we should observe their operation, find out who they're doing business with, and how they're getting their supplies.
I can't stand them so disfigured. They are the worst offenders against human purity.
They're dealing with ordinary people, slowly infecting them with the worst kind of biomods, black market. As if you can really make a distinction.
Nice conversation for us to listen to. There's a way up from behind there as well. Just start a pile outside. Ooh. Oh, the secret wall to the laboratory entrance. There you go. Alright, so we know where the secret entrance is. Interesting bridges across here. The lack of guard railings will cause you to fall down, guys. Oh. Hello. God damn. Just, you know, maybe give me something. Maybe... give me something I can use these, multi-tools on, huh? Okay, time for us to... We'll head back down. Now, should we test out my falling damage? There we go. Nice. I barely took any damage. That's the power of my biomods, baby. I don't know about you. And your legs. Okay, I wanted to just check out in here first. At this point, this just becomes like me just trying to get rid of the multi-tools, even though we could just like find the terminal. Okay, so that cuts around to here. Any garbage? No food in this dumpster for a change. Camera and a turret, and then I guess we can climb up. That's what we were just looking at. That ladder behind that guy. I don't even think there was a terminal nearby for this camera then. So I guess the entrance, because the sewers are here, the entrance to this place would have been down here. Through the front gate, maybe? Oh! Wait a minute. That's SSC. But I did shoot a Templar in the head. Okay, I didn't... Because I saw a dead SSC guard here and I went, oh, Templars have taken over this place fully, but look.
Impressive work taking down that bot.
Oh, cool. So maybe you go through here... And then the SSC guard is like, oh my god, we're in trouble, help.
Maybe Panzerwerks mechs aren't all they're cracked up to be.
And then we already kind of removed the... We did, yeah. There you go. We got a good little advantage of infiltration. Alright, in that case, we'll work our way back, and we know where the secret entrance is. And this just takes us right there. Alright, the Black Gate Laboratory. Let's get some answers to something, and probably more questions. So, Templars will probably be in here. Yep. Could blow this shit up. That'd cause a ruckus, wouldn't it? Let me in here. Tomorrow becomes yesterday. The VersaLife story, chapter 12, The Greys. The mysterious Grey continues to elude researchers. They are suspected to be more intelligent and less belligerent than other transgenics. Some theorize that the Greys were being evolved as shock troopers for extreme conditions. It's so cool that there's this element of like the Grey in the refrigerator from the start, just in the basement of the nightclub, and then it goes even deeper. You've got like the Grey in the Mako Ballistics facility, and they're talking to you. I really like the evolution of the Greys past the original game. Blackgate teleporter, some trouble and risk. I've finally managed to take a photo of the machine. Allegedly, this device is some sort of teleporter related to JC Denton and his ultimate destination. Hopefully our scientists can make some sense of the technology from the photo so that we are prepared to use or disable it as we see fit when we take the facility. Okay, I have an image. Oh yes, the Templar power armor schematic as well. Their weak spot, bonk them on the back there. Alright, there's the Blackgate teleporter. The images are... Oh, I just realized. The images are in alphabetical order. A, B, G, M, P, S, T. And then map T. That's why they're ordered like that. Alphabetical order, it should just be sorted by most recent. That would be the better thing. Okay. I can control turrets now. So, where are you? Hello? Anyone here? It's the turret from where I killed this guy anyway, so... I don't get to use a turret to murder someone just yet. But we're infiltrating from below, and we're stealing their food and their money. And we can continue this way. Someone's there. Let's continue past here. I hear footsteps, but I don't know where they are yet.
Engaging target.
Ow. I was doing really good body disposal. It was alright, and then Alright. We'll have to cut you at the waist. Blackgate reactor, proceed with caution. Okay, so that's maintenance where they were just walking. Another dead scientist, that's where we just were.
What's that? Who's that?
Have you played this game and gotten no biomod canisters so far? There you go. All the biomod canisters you can ever need. Ooh, T-Tong. Okay.
I don't know where he is, but he'd better show up soon. The facility here is being raided by the Templars. So far we're holding our own, but I don't know how much longer that will last. This may be my last transmission.
Memo to Blackgate staff. This is the new login for the Blackgate Master Control. Sorry to keep changing these, but we've got to keep security tight, especially now with all the conflict between the Order and Panzerworks. Trier isn't as safe as it used to be. Okay. AI unconsciousness. Ooh. Ooh. Nanotech at low temperatures. We see interesting behaviors and potentials in nanotech at lower temperatures. Nanites in a hypothermic body slow, along with other body functions. Out in the open, however, the cold can augment the nanites' eutactic properties, enabling them to transform surroundings in ways impossible at standard temperatures. Is this what we witnessed in Chicago? Cryogenics. We've made vast strides in controlling and sustaining body functions for patients in cryostate. The mortality rate for reawakening has also dropped to acceptable risk levels. However, it must be remembered that individuals emerging from the state are often weak and disoriented for a period of time. Tomorrow becomes a yesterday. Okay. Climate of Antarctica. Harsh only those unprepared. Look at the penguin. Perfectly designed and insulated for dealing with the extreme temperatures. A feat of natural engineering. Okay. Okay, so JC is in Antarctica. Doing cryogenic stuff. Let's get a look at these. Whoa, give me these guys. I think what's good about this, though, is getting this many biomods, is you now have enough stacked up to be able to replace your stuff if you wanted to do a different one, you know? Which I don't. which I don't, actually. Okay, gate control. Even more maintenance, actually. Okay, hold on a minute. We don't have a map of this facility. We just have a picture of the teleporter. Which may be tied to the reactor. The gate reactor might be underneath it. I don't know if I don't think we'd want to mess with the reactor because we want to use the gate. Let's have a look at containment, shall we?
Are you Her Holiness? It's strange seeing you as just another person.
Yes, I'm just another ordinary human being like you. My name is Nicolette Duclair.
Chairman Dumier, the leader of your opposition, has taken a special interest in your safety.
The WTO wishes no harm to come to Her Holiness. This summit was to be an opportunity to soothe the tensions between our organizations and to root out the extremists causing trouble in Trier.
I'm impressed that you would protect the leader of your adversaries.
It's okay, Chief Morgan. We can tell him the truth.
The truth?
Alex, the WTO and Order are not as they seem. They are but different faces of the same organization, the Illuminati, an ancient secret society to which Chad and I are the heirs. My mother was the Illuminatus Beth Duclair. The WTO and Order are merely the tools Chad and I are presently using to elevate humanity to the next level.
I know, it's overwhelming. I've dedicated myself to the WTO only to find out it's just a myth they created.
If the WTO and Order aren't actually opposing entities, then what's the point of the summit?
The real opposition right now comes from the Templars, the militant anti-biomodification group. The summit was only a cover to justify our public presence in Trier. Our true goal was to investigate rumors of a Templar splinter cell within the Order.
And what did you find?
With the help of Agent Morgan, I learned that Lumenon Saman is the traitor. He has converted most of the Trier Shard to his extremist views, incited the riots, and has been stealing equipment from the Panzerworks factory.
Saman? He's behind this?
Yes, everything. My kidnapping, the disabling of the gate. He's taken a critical component from it, the sequencing module, to the Order Church in Rockstadt, where his group is headquartered. Once you get that module from him, you'll be able to use the gate.
Thank God she's all right. Good work. My people will secure the facility. In the meantime, we should follow up on what Her Holiness learned about Lumenon Saman. Go to the tavern and hire a pilot. If you would like a map of Saman's compound, report to the SSC station on your way across town.
Mr. Dumier sent me to safeguard Miss Duclaire's return.
She's all yours.
Thank you. I will be assuming command of this facility. Your presence is no longer required.
You scared the shit out of me. Yo! Alright, let's talk about it. Ah, dude. Oh, that's so sick. Alright, first, we have to go down in order. Nicolette Duclair! Duclair is Her Holiness? But that makes me rethink everything. This is so cool. Okay, so Duclair being Her Holiness. Oh, that's so cool. Big pog. Alright. And it's true. And it's true. Here's all of the conspiracies. So, the WTO and the Order are but two faces of one entity. The Illuminati. This is fantastic. So out of the collapse arose this sort of structure, but still orchestrating things from the shadows, and it's tied in with the Illuminati, and the people within this group don't know about it to a certain extent. Only like certain top tier people do. Dumier seems to be on our side. You know, he knows about what's going on here, and now he knows about Saman as well, and they were hanging out and they were talking together. Saman kidnapped Her Holiness. Saman is the Templar compromised sect of the Order Church, and they're connected. The Coffee War is the smaller scale narrative to help you understand the larger scale conflict, and it's good. It's really good. It's good stuff. And it's so good because it really makes me feel better about going on the rant earlier, really breaking it down and thinking about it critically. This is so cool. Fantastic. And our girl Donna is still alive. And you know what is even better is the game being like, side with the WTO, side with the Order, and it's pushing you in those directions. So you're thinking about it. It's the same entity. But they don't know that. Lin Mei Chen doesn't know that. Donna Morgan doesn't know that. And they're getting you to do different things for what they believe is right. And what's interesting is, yeah, these groups are just allowed to carry out these things. But then there is, like, in the background, in the shadows, the guiding hand of the Illuminati. If a thing is maybe not meant to go a particular way, maybe they'll step in, maybe something will happen, maybe you'll have this fucking scary fucking Illuminati soldier show up. This guy, I can't even recreate the noises that were just coming from the hallway before he entered. I'm like, are we being chased by a demon? What was that? Look at this guy.
Report to Mr. Dumier.
Hardcore biomodded dude.
Leave me.
He's got the, wow. It reminds me of, that's a oh! There's Grays in here! He reminds me of the, of, like, Gunther, kind of. But that's, like,
to Mr. Dumier.
That's the Cyber Eyes.
Now that you know the WTO isn't what it seems, what are you going to do? Leave the organization?
I don't know. I'm still reeling from the shock. But somehow it's starting to make sense now.
Can you forgive them?
It does make me uneasy, finding out it's all a front. But I can also see what the Illuminati are trying to accomplish and why they must work in secret. I'll probably continue publicly working for the WTO, but with a new awareness of its true importance.
Your presence is no longer required.
I don't know what I'll finally decide about the WTO, but it's hard to pass up a chance to play a role in
Report to Mr. Dumier.
Shush! I'm getting information. Go away.
Perhaps this is my destiny, to join the Illuminati in their endeavors. It just seems too surreal, that the WTO and Order were fictions all along.
Have you heard of Queequegs and Pequods?
My patience with this bizarre behavior can only stretch so far.
I don't know what I'll finally decide about
patience
the
will have
WTO,
expired.
but it's hard to pass up a chance to play a role in such a monumental project.
Are we gonna get killed by the Illuminati guy because he's like, my patience is running thin? I'm like, let me talk to the people, please.
You are about to cross the threshold.
He's gonna shoot.
It's too surreal,
patience will
that
have
the WTO
expired.
and Order were fictions all along.
You are about to
and
cross
Order
the
are actually
threshold.
two branches of the same organization?
Precisely. We could never leave humanity as one monolithic force, at least not initially. The Illuminati have always worked in secret, and the WTO and Order are just two of our present facades.
But people dedicate their lives to these causes, and it turns out they're just your pawns?
Not at all. We are humankind's servants, not their puppeteers. We knew that human society could not respond to a single voice, so we engineered these organizations. With these fronts, we can optimally lead civilization toward a bright future.
It's very interesting how they talk about that, because it's like, we're not the puppeteers. There is an element of manipulation. It is manipulative, and these people go about their lives wholeheartedly believing these things, but there's, I guess again, I guess it comes down to like ends justify the means, or this thing of like what we're doing is like will work in comparison to like we are but the one true path, you know, the one voice. There needs to be like multiple voices finding the right way forward.
Simon really is a Templar?
Unfortunately, yes. He has taken the Order's respect for nature and warped it into fanaticism. His quest for purity is just a euphemism for the extermination of modified individuals.
Surely the Illuminati can deal with a few crackpots.
Don't underestimate the Templars. Saman has amassed a great deal of support and resources for his cause.
When are you planning on telling the public about the WTO and Order connections?
When the time is right. Right now, the general populace simply isn't ready for this kind of information. At this stage, we're only telling select individuals in the higher echelons of each organization.
Then why are you confiding this in me?
Because you're an extraordinary creation, Alex. We've been watching your progress for a long time, waiting for this moment. We work in secret only because it best serves our purpose.
Expired.
In time, humankind will understand and thank us. My family has a long history with the Illuminati. You might say the same of your bloodlines as well. In time, it will all become clear.
You are about
We want to bring
cross the
humanity into
threshold.
the light.
Leave me.
This guy's like, once more and my patience will be expired and you're about to cross the threshold. Like, this dude hates that we're just talking to the people, and I'm waiting for him to pull out his gun and start shooting me because I'm not leaving. And I'm like, stop it. There's a gray here too. How do I get this guy out of here? Get this guy out.
Reassembling tissues. Finished repairing damage.
Are you another of JC's gone bad? We do not like the last one's questions. She works with these intruders, and now she's gone through the gate to our home in Antarctica.
You must mean Billy and the Templars. I guess she's already passed through this way. Did she take any Templars with her?
No, just her. Only JC's can use the gate. Apostle Gore even had to bring this one the long way. That control was to keep us all safe, but now that woman has turned wrong.
What does Apostle Core need creatures like you for?
We were a VersaLife experiment, and JC came and helped us. This one is here, away from all the eyes, to help with lab works. But then the Templars came.
I had nothing to do with the attack on this lab. I'm trying to get to JC myself. Can you tell me anything useful?
This one already told the other one from JC everything. Betrayal. This one was to be set free, but it was more lies and destruction. You must not betray. JC may be in danger already.
Billy is also a Denton clone. Wow. So, because only JCs can use the gate.
Go away. Take the intruders with you. We wanted just to be left.
Alright, let's get this guy out of here. Wow.
Report to Mr. Dumier.
I got you out.
I miss the ice and the others.
So the Greys were helping JC with stuff.
I miss the ice and the others.
Alright, I've opened the door. You can go.
We wanted just to be left alone.
Alright, you can go, pal. God damn.
Your presence is no longer required.
Can you also activate a radiation bath on these guys in here? Really? What happens? Alright, hang on. Let me save. Out of curiosity.
This bears some investigation.
I've been hit.
Believe me.
Fail to appreciate the situation. Get your butt to the SSC station now.
Report to Mr. Dumier.
Oh, dude. But it accounts for it. It accounts for it in the game. Yeah, you just radiated them to death. And you radiated them to death, and Chad contacts you, and he's like, come to me right now. Whoa, that's crazy. All right, obviously that's not what we're doing. But I was just curious to see what would happen. We got our answer. The Illuminati member doesn't care. Okay. Oh, this has been so good.
I think these Templars are itching for a war. I've seen terrorist groups before. They lay out a lot of money for weapons, but they don't have any depth. They run out of food, ammo, morale, and then poof, they're gone. You need an economic base to run a war.
Okay, so we can go through... We haven't even checked this stuff out. So this is the gate. But I guess we're not able to do anything about it. Oh. Oh, there'd be Templars over there. Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh.
I guess Her Holiness is finally safe now.
Good work.
This is for the car.
Damn. We lost a WTO soldier because there was still a Templar in here. Holy shit. We heard the gunshots and we came running. We were too late. Yeah, so that's just for the turret. So we can't actually do anything here in regards to the gate control because we have to go get a pilot and go to another place first. So we're going to depart for the Templar compound, but we'll also report to Dumier. Okay. I love that I was like, oh, I feel like this is where we're supposed to go, so I'll turn around and go the other way. And then that's where I was supposed to go, because Duclair was there. Oh, yes. Okay. Well. No wonder the bloody reactor's not working anymore. Off Billy goes through the gate and say, destroy that thing behind me so they can't get in.
Greetings.
Greetings. That's right, the repair bot will get it up and running. Ow.
Just restored power to the experimental device on the lower level. You're thinking ahead. But you'll have to come back later to bring it online. You don't know enough about it yet.
Oh, okay. What is it with this bloody thing? Come on. We're in the higher levels now. We're just fucking around taking a look, see what we can do. I'm glad that we checked that further, so we have fixed and restored a section. Where are we now? There's so many vents. That's, you can just completely circumvent the whole generator in its entirety. Ow! My legs! Yummy! Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, so we still don't know what's going on in terms of using the gate, but we can see it. So we'll have to come back for that. Take the short way down. Like walked through there and went, wait, there's a pretty big drop there. And I'm like, my legs can take it. I'm made of stronger stuff than they'll ever know. Oh, we have a chance, actually. Hold on. I had more of a chance when I didn't jump, right? At peak velocity. At peak velocity. Okay, that was worse. Hold on. Alright, I actually think we just straight up threw further. I would think, whoa, physics. I was like, if I jump in the air, surely I would throw further away, but no, if I'm just, yeah. If I'm on the ground, I have more of a shot. I was just going to get him out of the way so I could pick up ammo, but now I feel motivated. I have to get him up there. Perfect. And they never saw him ever again. This is real fun, by the way. You want to try it? This guy was probably your friend, so I'll let you do that one. I'm going through the gate this time. I'll come out through the gate, and they're like, wait, you're that guy. We said no. Don't go through here. They'll just start shooting me.
Sorry. No access to the Black Gate without the proper clearance.
I talked to Chairman Dumier, and he gave me the key.
Then you're cleared to pass.
I do love walking out there, and then they're like, wait a minute. Alright, we'll check in with Dumier at the HQ. Now, is Simon still here too? I assume he went, I'm gonna run away, and he might have cleared out.
The commander can answer your questions.
Because that would kind of be a little silly if he was still upstairs in the interrogation room. Yeah, okay. He has gone. He's cleared out. He's like, I'm not here anymore. Oh, cool. Okay, so Duclair's here. They'll probably say Simon ran, but Dumier had Simon right where he wanted him.
Your followers haven't expelled you yet?
Word is leaking out that Her Holiness and I have been secretly working together. I think we can spin that into diplomatic ties.
Or private negotiations. How does that sound, darling?
No need for people to have the perception that we started these organizations for some other purpose.
Unless somebody tells them.
I could tell them myself. They would think it was the same old story. The Illuminati secretly controlling the world. Who? Some might believe it, but everybody else would laugh in my face.
People want to believe certain things about their leaders. That's always been our key to power.
You said you had a map of the Templar compound.
Yes, of course. Here you are. Find the sequencing module. Go through the gateway to JC Sanctuary. We have our own interest in protecting JC Denton from the Templars.
I would think that you and Apostle Corps would be bitter enemies.
We are, but first the clam must give up its pearl. Good luck, Special Agent Denton. We will call on you when the time comes. In case you need a pilot to take you to the compound, the Nine Worlds Tavern is a good place to hire one.
Special Agent Denton. So interesting.
That was a pretty low trick you played on the world, taking advantage of the collapse to seize power, and then deceiving people with a phony conflict between business and idealism.
No society is without this conflict. Our intention is to develop both principles and then integrate them into an open, secular society.
One puppeted by the Illuminati.
Our work has always done more good than harm. The collapse would have been far more devastating if Chad and I hadn't served the memory of my mother and of my family's history by rebuilding the Illuminati organization, which was nearly destroyed by MJ-12.
There was a time when we were the rebels. The older generation had failed us in so many ways. But now we see that the flaw was in their methods, not their intentions.
Their intention to disguise tyranny with so-called free institutions.
The average citizen in a society of billions is never free, whether because of tyranny or simply because of the contrast between his small size and the size of the government.
We plan to give people a sense of freedom and a prosperous world. In practical, historical terms, that's about as good as it gets.
Be there for us, Alex. The critical time is approaching.
There's a very interesting element to this as well, where even though there was a collapse, there's still people who knew what the world was like, and then there's rebuilding it with not necessarily making it exactly the same. Obviously they want to make it different and better, but they still have this information of being able to get back to this point. And honestly, they've done pretty big work in 20 years. But if you want like okay, if you want that full reset, you have to wipe the slate clean, and that means the people that are caught in it can't be the ones to also rise to power to create the new systems. But it is very, very interesting and surprising to get these like characters coming back, and I love the connective tissue between this game and the original. Duclair really being such an unexpected wild card for me. That was the biggest surprise. Yeah, his heavily voice modulated grumbles, oh my god, they are scary.
The old order is generally recognized as the high point of civilization. We simply want to revive it. Decide where you stand, Alex. It won't be long before you have to choose.
So it ends up coming down to, you're no longer choosing like WTO and the Order, you're choosing between the Illuminati, and then you've got this Templars, you've got the Apostle Corps situation that are not with WTO, but there's sort of all these existing elements. And then he's like, don't be friends with Tracer Tong, but then Tracer Tong's friends with JC. I'm so conflicted.
JC Denton did what the Illuminati asked. He destroyed Bob Page, the leader of MJ-12. Don't be tricked into believing that the Ilios-JC hybrid is true to JC. It might have its own agenda. One driven by a well-disguised machine intelligence.
Damn. This is cool, because then, you know, the books that we're reading on, like, the consciousness between humanity and AI and putting that together.
I have business to attend to.
The JC Denton Helios hybrid. That's why there's a trust issue there.
I have business to attend to.
You grew up in hard times, Alex. Don't let that make you into a cynic. Order will prevail. It always does, whether the cause is mystical or merely secular. I can't believe that madman Saman has transformed the Raukstad Church into a barracks. Help us put the world back together, Alex. Help us put the world back together, Alex.
Okay, so again, yes, the church has been transformed into a barracks. That's what we're going to be doing. I can't believe that we let someone walk out of here, but I suppose we'll see what's happening. Security chief is not here, so we don't know where the security chief has gone to. Maybe she's gone with Saman. I'll escort him out of here, and then now we see if that's going to be an issue or not. So we're going to travel with Ava. We won't travel with Sid. We'll take the low offer of a free ride.
It's not safe!
That dude's still freaking out. Ava Johnson, take us to where we want to go. Let's see what Ava Johnson's situation is.
So you want me to disarm?
You want me to disarm? What do you mean? Tong's still here.
I found Her Holiness. Turns out she's Nicolette Duclair, an Illuminatus.
Of course she is. That was my precise purpose in sending you to save her, so that you would believe me when I say that we face a great danger. The Illuminati have been very successful at reshaping the post-collapse world. Control of our technology would allow them to create a hand-picked ruling elite.
How can they simultaneously support the ideals of the Order and the commercialism of the WTO?
The Illuminati have always sought just one thing: centralization. Centralization of wealth, power, and ideology. The implementation details are unimportant.
So they centralize wealth with the WTO and ideology with the Order. What about power?
That they hope to get from us.
This is the interesting element of it, right? Because it's like you're choosing between the WTO and the Order, and then in the end, it's the same thing, different ways of getting there, and this centralization. And then Tong's like...
You're staring.
Yes. And then, you've got the other side of it, which is like Tong and the JC element, which are like, we can't allow them to just have this hand-picked elite controlling everything. And then it's the Illuminati problem all over again. And even though it's with different people and different methods, potentially, but inspired from the same mold.
Work with our charming co-conspirators just a little while longer. When you have the sequencing module for the gate, you will be free to contact JC on your own. Extraordinary times, my young friend.
Absolutely.
We are about to see the rebirth of global civilization. What form it takes will shape human history for centuries. JC's vision 2 decades ago was far ahead of our means to implement it, but that is about to change. The rest of your questions will be answered in due time.
Nice.
My chopper is ready when you are.
I need someone to take me to the Raustadt neighborhood.
As you wish. I will meet you on the rooftop next to the tavern.
Okay, the rooftop next to the tavern is where we are going. And that is going to be where we bring this episode of Deus Ex Invisible War to a close. Thank you so very much for joining me today for Trier, Germany. Fantastic episode. Really, really good. This game, for me personally, just continues to get better and better in terms of like the experience that I am having with the story and the characters, and I really am liking the way that they've stacked things against your character and challenging how you're thinking through the dynamics and the groups, and that's Deus Ex. Like the original game does that very well too. And I like that this game continues that spirit on a little bit of a smaller scale, both in terms of the game's size and what we're dealing with. But I really, really like it. So I'm having a good time, and I'm not feeling like as disappointed or let down by the experience. I think I am benefiting from playing it in the modern age. I'm sure that, you know, potential performance issues and the release of the game so close to the original, expecting way more and building on that sequel and it not delivering, like I can see that sentiment. So I am lucky in the sense that I'm playing the game at this point with a different viewpoint and having an easy time with playing the game and making it run. So I'm able to just be purely locked into the experience of the game itself, not really focusing about the performance or the technical details of it. I'm really enjoying the narrative that's being presented and how we're going through it. I'm immersed, and that's the aim of the game, and it's achieving that. So we're going to be heading to the Templar compound next time. And then we're on the path to JC Denton in Antarctica. So we'll see how we go about getting there too. I will see you next time.